Hey guys, welcome back. Thomann YouTube channel NAMM Show 2018. We're at the Marshall booth and we grabbed Steven, who will show us everything new and cool from Marshall. Yeah. So what's going on?
Yeah, so the first amp I'll show you is the Origin series. So this is, I think, causing the most excitement because it's a brand new line for Marshall. So this is the Origin 20. There's others in the line. We've got a 5-watt combo, the 20-watt combo or the head, and also a 50-watt combo or head. Yeah, all valve, Celestion speakers, and to be honest, it's a real no-nonsense guitar amplifier, just a single channel, regular EQ, gain control, but it's not super gainy, it's quite cleanish, if you know what I mean, just that broken up kind of vintage overdrive that people like to build on top of with pedals. So this is kind of aimed at the pedal guy as well, really. We've also got a thing called the tilt control on this. Most people look at it and go, no, what the hell is that? And the idea behind the tilt control is it kind of gives the same effect of either plugging into the left-hand side or the right-hand side of a plexi. Does that make sense? So yeah. So it kind of allows you to have one or the other, or blend the two as much as you like. So yeah. Like I say, this is the 20-watt version.
Is the amp sound-wise something like a hot rodded kind of plexi, or is it way more modern? You probably had a comparison already.
Yeah, it's still kind of more plexi, more vintage. But I guess it's more controllable. People love the plexi, but they're like, I just can't gig it.
How should I use this?
Yeah, exactly. This is much more sort of portable, much more controllable. And I think the big thing that contributes to that is we've done a thing called the Powerstem on this amp, which is basically our new attenuation system. And it allows us to drop the power using like a voltage type attenuation instead of just doing like the pentode triode thing. Wow. Yeah, so with this particular one, the 20 watt, in high mode it's 20 watts. On the mid setting, it gives us 5 watts, and on the low setting, it gives us 0.5 of a watt, so half of a watt, which is actually what I've been doing with all the demos with the 0.5 setting.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Which we heard right now, it was like, rich and full.
Yeah. So yeah, the amp itself, like I say, comes with a foot switch. You'd have to ignore my ugly foot switch with tape all over it. It's just because it sometimes gets a bit confusing when you've got loads of them on stage. It's a simple 2-way foot switch, effects loop on or off. Okay, so there's no reverb or anything on the amp. Like I say, it's a straight up vintage style amp. So I've just got a little bit of a delay in the reverb, probably because I'm a little jet lagged and feeling delicate, and the delay is helping me quite a lot. So yeah, effects loop on or off, and then normal to OD. So the normal setting, which is this. Yeah.
I mean, it's not loud.
No.
It's nice.
But it still sounds, yeah. And then I can do the same sort of thing. I'll play the same stuff, but bring in the OD, but it's not an overdrive. It's not suddenly distorted. It's just thicker, richer, more punchy.
Oh, goodness. But you know what's happening? I mean, is it like, does it drive the input section more?
Yeah, it's more similar to like a clean boost pedal would do. It just gives you a bit more up the front. So same sort of stuff. But then if I switch to the humbucker, then it starts to go more rock and roll. So that's kind of the amp doing its thing. But obviously, if you've got overdrives, fuzzes in front of that, then the world's your oyster. You can go anywhere from that. So
where do you have the knobs? Pretty much 12 o'clock everything, or
roughly? Yeah, I've turned the bass up a little bit because I'm learning it. I'm running it on a low power just to give it that bit of extra kick.
So gain is at 12, volume 1/4.
I've actually in this situation got the gain cranked because this guitar's very low output. It's not hot rodded or anything like that, so it's very vintage. So I'm kind of going for the effect of like a cranked up kind of plexi.
Does it do really clean on a normal loud volume? Like gain back, volume up?
Yeah. So if I sort of switch back to the normal sort of setting, so we're getting a little bit of break up on here, but that's because of
the gain?
Yeah, exactly. But it does go super clean as well.
Very spanky. Cool.
Yeah. So that's kind of the Origin in a nutshell. Like I say, there's a 5-watt combo, 50-watt combo as well, and there's heads of the 20 and the 50, but the features are kind of the same throughout. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's talk DSL.
I guess most guys are already familiar with DSL. I mean, it goes way back to the 90s when it was a sort of a flagship amplifier of Marshall's. But we've kind of reinvented it. We've done quite a lot of tweaking to the range, and we've introduced some new models. Okay, so now there's a 1-watt DSL, which can get a little combo or a mini head, and there's now a 20-watt as well, which we never had before. So again, combo or a head. We've kept the 5-watt and obviously the 40 and the 100-watt, but we've revoiced them. Okay, so the EQ's been redone. So the bottom end on these now is a lot tighter than it was, and the top end is less kind of shrill. It's been tamed quite a lot. So a lot of people are saying it could be quite a little bit brittle, particularly if you're a Strat guy like myself, So we've kind of tried to round it all off and make it much more vocal sounding. They've done a great job of it.
I mean, I always loved and appreciated DSL. There was only one thing what I was kind of fighting with, a little noise. If you play, with more gain than like 12 o'clock, it started to get. Did you check that out?
Again, the gain stage is now more musical. It used to be kind of all or nothing. But for me, like my personal favourite is Overdrive 1 actually, and most people go straight to Overdrive 2, but it's gainy, it's ballsy, it's kind of, for me and my style, it's like Van Halen in a box, sort of early Van Halen. But what's really cool, as well as revoicing it, we've added some new features, so they've all got a new reverb now. So it's still a spring-based reverb, but it's digital. Okay. So I should have said that the other way around. It's now a digital reverb based on a spring instead of a spring reverb, which is much more. You can dial a lot more in now, and it's more musical and not so pingy as a spring reverb. Reverb for each channel, and then if you're already familiar with DSL, on the bigger ones, the 40 and the 100, there's 2 modes for each channel. So you have clean or crunch on channel 1. Channel 2 has overdrive 1, overdrive 2. You can actually buy a 6-way foot switch now, which allows you to get all 4 of the sounds. So you can go, clean to crunched, overdrive 1, overdrive 2, and you can also turn the effects loop on and off. And also toggle between the 2 master volumes. That's another thing we've added to the 40 and the 100. It's now got master volumes. It didn't before. So there's 2. So if you want to set yourself a boost, a volume boost for certain sounds, you can do that. Celestion V-type in this now as well.
Oh wow.
Okay. Sound-wise.
Now we're talking sound-wise.
I'll start off with kind of the clean, if you like. So no nonsense, just a straight up. Crank it up. Now we can hear it.
Oh wow.
That's
breathe
it.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then on the same channel, I can go to classic gain. So we might want to knock the volume back down on that one, because it'll suddenly punch you in the face when it's cranked. So same channel, but now we go to this kind of thing. So that's still on the first channel. So moving to the second channel, I think I'm on overdrive 1. I can't see the light. If it's green, we're good. We're good.
Green, yeah.
So this is the first overdrive. So this is kind of...
Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And then the second overdrive doesn't really alter the tone a lot, just a bit more punchy, a bit more gain, a little easier to play for. So yeah,
Awesome.
and that's all straight from there. Like I say, reverb, gain, everything's all coming from that one box.
Presence and resonance, which is also a very nice thing. Depending on the room, you can set up how much
exactly.
bass in it.
And again, going from guitar to guitars, so if I was playing a Les Paul, then I could afford to probably bring up the presence and resonance a little bit because it's a tiny little Strat. I've backed them off a little bit, so yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, like I say, all valve, 2 EL34s in this, and across the range we've got power reduction on these as well. Okay, so the 40 and the 100 and the 20 all go to half power, and the 1 watt and the 5 watt go to 1/10 of the original power. Yeah.
Crazy.
But it's because they've all now got a digital emulated out. So it's a modelled cabinet, it's a soft tube cabinet emulation. So you can actually run them all silently if you want to record at home.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Right. And you've mentioned the price point is pretty similar.
Very, yeah. They're both at the competitive sort of price point. So yeah.
Very nice. Stephen, thank you very much. Have an awesome show.
Man, you too.
See you later. Cheers, guys. We'll be back soon. Bye.